When CBS first aired NCIS back in 2003, they probably had no idea this spin-off of their JAG series would be the television juggernaut it became. The show is still going strong all these years later, and for a long time now, it's been the network's most watched drama and their second most watched show. Could we see the return of Gibbs? Why did some of the other cast leave? All this in today's video. Let's begin by highlighting NCIS star really believes Mark Harmon's Gibbs could return. NCIS star Sean Murray admits he truly believes Mark Harmon's Leroy Jethro Gibbs could return in a future episode. CBS's hit procedural has long been one of television's most reliable performers, and that remains true even in its current run. NCIS season 19 has brought about a number of changes to the core team, with 2 new members, Jessica Knight, Katrina Law, and Alden Parker, Gary Cole, joining the team. Harmon, who led NCIS as Stoic Agent Gibbs from its very first episode in 2003, notably departed the series early on in season 19. It was something that had been rumored for some time, though the reveal that Gibbs decided to stay in Alaska after a long case still came as a surprise. NCIS season 19 has mentioned Gibbs multiple times, and it could be that his story is not quite done. Murray, who plays Proby-turned-seasoned agent Timothy McGee, thinks as much too. In a recent conversation with Parade, Murray says he thinks there's a real chance that Harmon will be put in another appearance as Gibbs, and lest fans think he's trying to string them along, Murray swears he is being honest in his beliefs. Murray also confesses that he frequently jokes with former NCIS co-star Michael Weatherly about his own possible run as very special agent Anthony DiNozzo. With Weatherly's show Bull having just come to a close, there's a good chance DiNozzo could put in a return trip to NCIS. However, based on Murray's comments, it sounds like Harmon's reprisal is a bit more likely. Harmon is still an executive producer on the series, and he remains part of the opening credits. It would be easy to have him film a quick scene for a new NCIS episode, assuming Harmon even wants to. Gibbs and DiNozzo aren't the only cast to disappear from the series. Let's highlight some of the other cast and their reasons for quitting the show. First is Michael Weatherly, who was tired of the NCIS grind. Michael Weatherly, one of the original cast members of the flagship NCIS, but working in one place over a dozen years can be a drag, even for an actor on a hit television show. According to Weatherly, his decision to leave the show back in 2016 was one of boredom. He said, burnt out by NCIS, and was really tired of playing his same character, Tony DiNozzo, for 13 seasons. He told the Television Critics Association, "It really felt like a circle that had gone all the way around, and I really felt happy with the resolution of the character and my time on the show." It seems Weatherly wasn't too tired of the grind of making a series because a mere 2 months after his departure from NCIS was made public, it was announced Weatherly would be the star of his own television show in the fall for CBS called Bull, a series inspired by the early career of Dr. Phil McGraw. Yes, that Dr. Phil. However, Weatherly's tenure as the star of Bull hasn't been without controversy. In December 2018, CBS paid former Bull co-star Eliza Dushku $9.5 million to settle her claim of being sexually harassed by Weatherly during her tenure on the show. Dushku said she was written out of the show after confronting Weatherly about his behavior. Despite the big payout, Bull is still currently in production at CBS. Second is Polly Peretti, who is terrified of Mark Harmon. Polly Peretti's decision to leave NCIS is one wrapped up in a bit of mystery. When she first announced her departure in 2017, she tweeted, "I believe in God and the universe so firmly, and it just suddenly became blindingly apparent that now was the time." She later tweeted that leaving was a decision made last year. "I hope everyone will love and enjoy everything Abby, not only for the rest of this season, but for everything she has given all of us for 16 years. Pretty cryptic, right? Since then, Peretti has been clear about why she will never return to NCIS. In June 2019, she tweeted that she wasn't ever coming back to the show. Her reason? Well, according to Peretti, "I am terrified of Harmon and him attacking me. I have nightmares about it." According to a now deleted tweet, something happened to a member of the crew, and she fought like hell to keep it from happening again. Peretti then went on to tweet, "And then I was physically assaulted for saying no, and I lost my job." So what caused Peretti to stand up for the crew and supposedly provoked Harmon to attack her? Well, this whole thing apparently stems from Mark Harmon's dog biting an NCIS crew member, and according to Peretti, a very rich, very powerful publicity machine was trying to keep her silent about what went down between her her and her co-star. As for CBS, the studio responded to Paretti's allegations saying, "Over a year ago, Polly came to us with a workplace concern. We took the matter seriously and worked with her to find a resolution. We are committed to a safe work environment and all our shows." Next is Cote de Pablo, who wanted more respect for Ziva. Although not on the show from the start, Cote de Pablo's character of Ziva David was a favorite among the NCIS fan base. She joined the show in 2005 for season 3, but left abruptly in 2013 at the beginning of season 11. She was the first of the major characters to exit the hit series, and after her departure, she told TV Guide that her decision to leave was an overwhelmingly hard thing and terrifying, but as for her motivation to step away from the show, that was a personal thing. A few years later, though, the actress said her departure was because she felt the show wasn't treating her character right. As she explained in a 2016 interview, Ziva wasn't being treated with the respect that she deserved. However, even though she wasn't happy with the series, she didn't rule out going back to NCIS, saying, "Unless someone can really write something fantastic for her, I won't go back." Fortunately, it looks like DePaulo got her wish because she did indeed return as Ziva, appearing in both seasons 16 and 17. Fourth is Lauren Hawley, who was bored being the director. Lauren Hawley was a great part of NCIS from seasons 3 to 5 when she played Jenny Shepard, the director in charge of the NCIS team. Hawley hadn't been acting for a while when she was offered the role, and as she explained it, it was just supposed to be a guest starring arc that would be about 6 episodes. However, she wound up playing the mysteriously ill director in a whopping 48 episodes, and as a result, Hawley eventually left because she was tired of playing the character. After all, she'd been taking a break from acting previous to signing on with NCIS. So after 3 seasons, she explained, "To be honest, now that the work bug had bitten me again, I got bored of my part of the director." And however, it wasn't her illness that killed off her character. Nope, Jenny Shepard was murdered by the fiance of a Russian crime lord that she'd been sent to kill years earlier. Fortunately, Hawley herself is alive and well, and she's appeared in movies like The Black Coat's Daughter and Crank High Voltage, as well as a number of TV shows like Flashpoint, Motive, and Designated Survivor. Moving on, NCIS just didn't know what to do with Dwayne Henry. English-born Dwayne Henry joined NCIS in season 13, playing the character of Clayton Reeves, a former British MI6 officer who joins the NCIS International Desk. Sadly, Henry was only on the show for 2 seasons before being killed off in the same episode, where Polly Peretti makes her final appearance as Abby. Henry says his exit was partly due to the fact that the show didn't know what to do with his character after the death of former NCIS showrunner Gary Glassberg. When asked if he was upset about the way Clayton went out, being killed by a hitman who meant to kill Abby, Henry said, "This is TV history at its finest. You can't ask for a better exit." Like, come on, man. Although Henry's exit from the show was completely amicable, the fact that his character was murdered means we've definitely seen the last of Clayton Reeves on NCIS. Finally, Jennifer Esposito, one and done. Jennifer Esposito might have only been 1-for-1 seasoned for NCIS, but she definitely made an impact with fans of Special Agent Alexandra Quinn. There was some speculation that the actress might have been ill. According to Esposito, Quinn wasn't going to be a long-term character, and her departure from NCIS wasn't as surprising as it seemed. However, there's always a chance that Quinn could return at some point. Unlike some of her fellow castmates, her character wasn't killed off. Instead, she merely left the team to care for her mother, who's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for sticking around till the end. Cheers.